Hi, boys and girls. We're going to do some work today on portrait drawing. And a portrait is a picture that you make of a person, or a self-portrait is a picture you make of yourself. And while you guys are at home and not able to come into school, drawing portraits might be something that you'd be interested in. You can draw portraits of people that you know from your people in your family, people from movies, or from books that you want to do. You can do self-portraits. You're always around. You can make a picture of yourself, and you can change the setting and the background of your self-portrait to tell different things about you. But in order to make a really nice, realistic looking self-portrait, it's important to know some things about drawing using proportion, an appropriate proportion. So we're going to go over a few things today to help you do that. Okay, I've got my piece of paper up here. The first thing we want to do, all you're going to need to do this is a piece of paper and a pencil. Just like at school, when I draw, I'm going to draw with a black marker so you can see a little bit better, but you can start with a pencil, and then when we're done with the video, you can go back and color or use marker however you want to do, or paint, whatever you have at home. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some measurement and some figuring out about shapes. We're going to take our finger and we're going to go around our head because we sort of need to figure out what shape our head is. We don't want to use the shape of our face. We want to do the whole head because our portrait is going to have our whole head. So if you've gone around your face with your finger, what shape do you think it is? I'm going to say it's an oval. You might have thought circle, but if you think about it, your face is longer going all the way down than it is on the sides than it is at the bottom and the top. So we're going to make an oval, and we're going to start by making an oval. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to divide our face into two parts. If you drew a line down the middle of your face with your finger, you discover, if you were looking in a mirror, that your face is pretty symmetrical. What you have on one side, you also have on the other side. So we're going to make a line. I'm going to draw mine with a smaller marker, a skinny marker, because I'm not going to keep this. If you're doing your drawing, you're going to draw this part with pencil because later you're going to erase it. I'm going to draw a line right down the middle. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line across the middle of my paper, or my little oval. Because the first thing we're going to figure out to do is where do we put our eyes? And to do that, I want you to take your thumb and I want you to put it on top of your head. And then I want you to put your middle finger right here. This fingertip is going to go right there in the middle, but in between your eyes. And we're going to start here, and then you're going to go like this. You're going to go back and forth, and we're going to try to sort of figure out what is in the middle of your head. If you divided your head in half, the middle is pretty much right here where your eyes are. So you're going to make your eyes on that middle line. I know it's going to look strange. I want you to trust me. We're going to go above that line for about half of your eye, and then you're going to go below the line for the other half of the eye. And that's just one part. If you've got a mirror that you want to look in later, you know that your eye is sort of like an almond shape. I'm going to draw that for you. It's sort of like a hill, or almost like a rainbow, but the edges are pointed. So you're going to draw sort of an oval or an almond-shaped eye. I've got my almond-shaped eye, like that. And then we're going to wait. We're going to do some more measuring. I want you to do what you did before. Put your finger in between your eyes and your thumb on top of your head, and we're going to pull those finger and thumb together. Figure out what is about halfway between your eyes and the top of your head. And it is your hairline. This hairline is shaped like a rainbow. It goes from about where your eyes are, where that little line is that we made, up like a rainbow to the middle, and then back down. So let's try that again, because I know right now this is looking like I'm an alien. But we're going to go up like a rainbow, across, and back down. Okay? So far, so good? Okay, terrific. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our finger and our thumb the other way, and we're going to figure out where's our mouth and our nose going to go. Some people think their nose goes right in the middle. But we're going to put our finger here and our thumb here, and we're going to figure out what actually is in the middle, in between our eyes and our chin. It is our lip. So we're going to figure out middle of our paper. Whoops, let me hold it like that. In the middle of our paper, we're going to sort of squeeze our fingers together and figure out that is about where our mouth is going to go. When we do our nose, put your finger right here in between your nose. You only have about that much space between your nose and your mouth. Sometimes when people are drawing their pictures, I see a lot of people with a lot of space between their nose and their mouth. But if we want to make it more realistic, we want to make sure that that space is proportional and looks the way that it does on your face as it does in your drawing. So we're going to take a little bit of about a finger space. We're going to make another little line about there. This is where your nose is going to go. Okay. And this line that you drew already, that is where your mouth is going to go. And if you don't want to make a mouth like that, you are still perfectly welcome to make just like a little smile. I'm going to go real fast. Just 1 second. You can just see, even if I do it this way, I still have as much space, just that finger's width in between my nose and my mouth. So we're getting pretty good right now. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our fingers and we're going to put our fingers next to our eyes and our thumb next to our mouth. And we're going to pull across. And what do you get to? You get to the top of your ears and the bottom of your ears. So you know, or I'm sorry, yeah, the top of your ears and the bottom of your ears. So you know that the top of your ears start right around your eyes, the same height as your eyes, and they end about the same height as your mouth. So when you draw your ears, you're going to go back and you're going to add your ears. We're going to take our fingers and put them right next to our eye, and we're going to pull down. You get both sides of your neck. So when you draw your neck, again, sometimes in my room, I see some really skinny necks. We're going to try to make this more proportional and look more realistic. So we're using our fingers to measure how wide our neck is. It's about the same width as our eyes are apart. And we've already drawn our eyes. So now what you're going to do is you're going to sort of make an imaginary line from this eye down and straight down. And then from this side, down and straight down. Then we're going to make our shoulders. Our shoulders are way past our ears. So on this piece of paper, probably on your piece of paper, it's going to go all the way off the page. It's just going to be sort of a straight line. Okay, we can even, from there, make our collar for our shirt. Okay, terrific. So now we've got some of the basic features in everybody's face. And this is where you can start to think about, how do you look in the mirror different compared to other people? What sort of features do you have? What are some things we're going to want to add? We're going to want to add hair, eyebrows, eyelashes. Boys and girls both have eyelashes. We're going to add some details. So with your pencil, you can start to add some details. And also we're going to add your hair. So if I'm making this a picture of me, I'm thinking about, well, my hair is parted on this side. So, and it's sort of long, it's going to come down like that. And then it's going to come out this way. It's going to come down that way. I'm going to color in most of my eye, leave a little tiny white spot there, and then add the details for my hair so you can see your part. And that's just a quick way to get you started on making a portrait that is a little more proportional and realistic. I have added, there's a if you go to your Brain Pop, your Clever account, there is a Brain Pop video on portraits, and I'm going to attach it to everybody's link in their assignments so everybody can go and watch that. I would love if you would try to make some portraits or self-portraits. Make one of yourself, try to make one of someone at home with you. You guys could take turns making portraits of each other. Remember, we always support each other and we say nice things about people's work. When you're done, I would love if you could snap a picture or have someone take a picture and email it to me at school. I'd love to see your work, okay? Miss you guys. See you soon. Thanks. Bye.